Okay, well, there's gotta be another runway for you, anywhere. No? Okay, where are you gonna land?
We're coming into Hudson.
I'm sorry, say that again?
We're coming into Hudson.
Okay, let me call you back. Well, that'll be a miracle. Clint Eastwood has become something of a genuine Hollywood treasure. Starting off as an actor, mostly famous for doing a lot of cowboy western films like Fistful of Dollars, Unforgiven, and other such famous masculine, gritty, hard-boiled characters like Dirty Harry and any other detective he's played in almost any other movie, he's become somewhat of a living symbol for old-fashioned masculinity.
I know what you're thinking. Did he fire 6 shots or only 5? Well, to tell you the truth, in all this excitement, I've kind of lost track myself. But Ian, this is a .44 Magnum, the most powerful handgun in the world, and would blow your head clean off. You've got to ask yourself one question. Do I feel lucky? Well, do you, punk?
Yeah, like that. But then at some point, he decided to transition from actor to director. And actually, he's one of the few whom I would say has made a pretty successful transition. Producing and directing such genuinely well-crafted films like $1 Million Baby, Mystic River, and a couple of other ones that I haven't seen yet but totally want to see. What makes him fascinating as a director is that he seems less interested in telling a coherent story, i.e. a story with goals, twists, turns, obstacles, and so on, and he seems more interested in creating dramatic recreations of events as they happen matter-of-factly, or at least as much as reasonably possible. Which honestly is a style that really did not work out for his last film, American Sniper. Look, I never met Chris Kyle, so I have no idea what kind of a person he was. All I know is what I've read, and what I've seen, and what I've heard about, and what I've seen in this movie. And purely based on this movie, I couldn't tell you who he was because the movie had no idea who he was. But that's a discussion for another time. Long story short, American Sniper made me begin to lose faith in Clint Eastwood as a director. So, has his latest film, Sully, renewed my faith in him as director? Well, mostly. Not a whole lot, but mostly. In case you need a brief reminder, on January 15, 2009, a US airliner had to make a forced water landing in the Hudson River. Said airliner was piloted by Captain Sully, who not only successfully landed the plane in the Hudson, but saved all 155 passengers on board. This became known as the Miracle on the Hudson. Tom Hanks has the privilege of playing Captain Sully, and of course, he nails the part perfectly. Tom Hanks is another one of those great Hollywood actors who has never delivered a bad performance. Name one movie in which he did a bad job. That doesn't count! The film doesn't really have so much of an actual story as it does a over-dramatized presentation of how events after the big event happened. It spends more time showcasing the potential mindset of Sullenberg at the time, thinking about whether or not he did everything right, if the forced water landing in the Hudson was the right call, if he could have made it back to the airport in time. There were rumors that one of the engines was still operating, so we could have made it back to the airport. And while all that bureaucratic stuff is going on, everybody in the world is still praising him as a hero. And the greatest thing about Captain Sully, as is still portrayed by Tom Hanks in the movie, is that he openly stated that he never thought of himself as a hero. He was just a guy doing his job. And he attributed his actions in landing the plane in the Hudson to his 40-plus years of experience and his wonderful knowledge of the plane and flying. If there's one thing about the film that I didn't personally agree with, it was the depiction of the federal people who were conducting the investigation. For some reason, Clint Eastwood felt the need to portray them as mustache-twirly meanies who were looking for any reason to take away Captain Sully's wings. Now, according to the people who actually conducted the investigation, they weren't pleased about the way they were portrayed in the movie. But since none of us were really there and we have no idea how it really went down, and any argument would just be Clint Eastwood's words against theirs, I think it's a minor inconvenience considering how well the rest of the film is. Plus, let's not forget, it's a movie, so dramatic tension has to be created somehow. So since there really isn't anything else interesting playing right now, at least not that I'm aware of, yeah, I'd say go ahead and give Sully a shot. Just, don't watch it before you go on a plane anytime soon. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm TheNorm. Thank you all for watching.